Daniel Andrews, and we identified this for you earlier in the week. Daniel Andrews deliberately moved his daily briefing 1 hour earlier this week to avoid being asked questions about what was happening in hotel quarantine that day. So it meant if he was being asked a question, he's being asked a question about yesterday's evidence, which gets overridden by today's evidence, and essentially he skirts through. They said at the time that one of the reasons why this briefing had to move forward this week by a whole hour was because the data was coming a lot earlier than it used to. Well, that's rubbish. Because you see, for weeks and weeks and weeks, and you know we told you on this show, the Department of Health and Human Services has been tweeting at 9 o'clock in the morning, not only just how many people had the virus, the active cases, those in ICU, but those who had died. So there was no need for the Premier to be waiting until 11. Instead, he was waiting till 11 because somehow it's better for his TV time. But in order to cover up at hotel quarantine, the whole thing gets moved forward a day. And also to guarantee that the media, if nothing else, would put more emphasis on his ultimate strategy about how he is not going to have to atone for hotel quarantine, is get ready for Sunday. Sunday's the day where we're at the end of the month, and if we're between 30 and 50 cases, which we are, in Victoria there will be a change in restrictions. But as we've told you, under the roadmap that Andrews has put in place, the curfew is still there until it's 5 cases a day. You need a reason to leave your house until there's 5 cases a day. All that potentially changes on Sunday is that you might be able to go to the pool, you might be able to go to the personal trainer. About 100,000 union workers will be able to go back to work. Geez, isn't that convenient? Suddenly, essential means whether you pay your union dues, which of course goes back to the Labor Party. But Daniel Andrews trying to downplay hotel quarantine. Well, he's been trying to build some expectations, trying to make you feel like something really big is going to happen on Sunday, even though his roadmap says that on Sunday, nothing's really going to change. Still going to have a curfew, still can't go to work unless you're a union member, and you're still going to need a reason to leave your house, and there's still going to be the 5K zone. Here he is, floating that balloon.
Taking the next step. Is that to happen on Sunday, Monday or Tuesday?
We'll be making announcements on Sunday. That's certainly my intention, provided they'd come into effect sometime thereafter, whether it's midnight Sunday or midnight Monday.
Are you looking at going a bit further than what you'd outlined a few weeks ago?
Yes, I am, but I'm not in a position to give you a full list of the things we're looking at.
So, unsurprisingly, the reporter doing the question and answer works for the station that decided to lead with this story, Channel 9.
The Premier has confirmed he's considering lifting more restrictions on Sunday than initially outlined in his COVID roadmap.
So, job done. We won another day of distraction, Chairman Dan. Well, when asked about it today, he's changed his story yet again.
Sunday will not be a day of massive steps. It is not a day when we essentially throw the doors open.
Yesterday, it was going to be a bit bigger than anyone expected. He gets the 6 p.m. news treatment that he wants. Today, to lower expectations and just to get through another news cycle, avoiding talking about hotel quarantine. Victoria, you know it, you're being played. The people on Twitter that will go in as the human shields, they too know that they are being played. Watch this bloke tomorrow. Let's see whether he can hold himself ultimately responsible or whether, of course, the media will frankly let him off the hook.